All right, so I'm going to take off my shoes and do this in my socks. Or at home, you might want to do this in your bare feet. But like I mentioned, we're doing yoga today. I am not a yogurt expert. Yogurt expert. No, I'm not a yogurt expert either. I'm not a yoga expert, but I'm going to be doing the best I can with the knowledge that I have. So with yoga, everything is very slow. It's with a lot of breathing, and it's very quiet, right? So very slow moving. So we're going to be breathing a lot, working on our breathing, focusing on our breathing, I should say. It's very descriptive, so I'll talk about right leg here, right arm there, left arm here, left leg there. It's kind of like a twister. So just pay attention, and hopefully it'll be a good workout, or a good stretch, or a good relaxation. So very first thing we're going to do is we are going to start on the ground in Quartz Pose. So we are going to close our eyes. We're going to have our palms facing up and our legs or our toes kind of flopping out. And we're just going to lie here and breathe. We're going to breathe in for 5 and out for 5. In for 5 and out. One more time, in for 5 and out. Very slowly, we'll roll to one side and we'll slowly stand up. And this is called our mounted pose. So we're going to stand nice and tall with our palms facing forward. And we're going to keep our eyes closed and we're going to breathe. Breathe in for 5 and out for 5. In for 5. Out for 5. In for 5. And out for 5. Right, so we're going to do a side bend. So we're going to bring our arms, both of our arms up, and we're going to lean to our left side. Try to square your shoulders so that your shoulders are even with your hips. We're going to stand with our feet together, sorry. So shoulders and hips square. And as we breathe out, we try to push deeper into the stretch. And back to center. Breathe in. And as we breathe out, we're going to bend to the other side, making sure our shoulders are square and our hips are square. Last one, breathe out on the way up. And now we're going to bring our hands down. We're going to put our hands in our prayer pose or our namaste pose. We're going to take our right leg. We're going to put it either on our calf or we're going to put it on the top above our knee. And this is our tree pose. Try to work on pushing that knee out and keeping your hips square. One more breath in and out. We'll straighten our right leg. Breathe in. And as we breathe out, we'll bring our left leg up, either onto your calf or your upper thigh. Try to keep those hips square. as we breathe out, we'll come back to standing. So our next one is a chair pose. So we're going to breathe in. As we breathe in, arms are going to come up. And as we breathe out, we're going to sit down in our chair. A little chair. So our shoulders are away from our ears. Our arms are nice and strong as if we're holding a big stability ball between our hands. And we're looking up at that wall. Okay, one more breath in. And breathe out, come on back to standing. So this one's a chair twist. So our legs are going to be in the same position, but we're going to have our hands twisting our upper body. So we're going to breathe in, put our hands in namaste. Breathe out, we're going to come down into our chair pose. And we're going to take our left elbow outside of our right knee. And we're going to look up at our right elbow. So left elbow outside of right knee, look up right elbow. And one more breath in. And as we breathe out, we'll come back to standing. Breathe in to namaste. Breathe out, sit, and twist the other way. So your right elbow to the outside of your left knee, and look up at your left elbow. Try to focus on sitting back in that chair. Your toes should be able to come off the ground and wiggle. One more breath in, and breathe out, come to standing. Next one's our eagle. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our right leg, we're going to cross it over our left leg, we're going to sit down, and we're going to take our right arm, cross it under our left arm. And we're going to try to sit back. So if we're looking at it from the side, right leg over left leg, right arm under left arm. Our back is nice and straight, and our chest is up. And one more breath in. And as we breathe out, come back to standing. So now we'll do it on the other side. So our left leg is going to come over our right leg, and our left arm is going to come under our right arm, and we're going to sit. Nice and strong on that stationary leg, or that standing leg. Breathe in and out. I fell on that one, so I came up a little bit early. Our last standing pose, we're going to do a dancer. So we're going to take our right palm, we're going to turn it out on our right leg, and we're going to put our right foot into our right leg, right foot into your right hand. We're going to bring our left hand up as we breathe in, and as we breathe out, we're going to lean forward and push our foot back into what we call dancer's pose. Nice, strong standing leg. One more breath in. And breathe out, coming down. Okay, we'll do the same thing with our opposite leg. So we'll breathe in. We'll take our left palm, face it out, grab our left leg, and we'll bring our right arm up, and as we breathe out, we lean forward, we hinge at our hip, and we try to kick our foot that's in the air into our hand. Okay, one more breath in. And breathe out, come to standing. Now we're going to start our series on the ground. So we are going to start in a downward dog position. So hands on the floor, push our hips back into a plank, and we try to push our shoulders away from our ears. We don't want our shoulders hunched up by our ears. We want to be nice and strong. So this is our downward dog position. So we're going to do what's called a vinyasa, and we're going to come forward into a plank, go down slowly into chaturanga, and then we're going to come into upward dog, and curl our toes, and back into downward dog. So we'll do that a couple more times. Forward into plank, keeping our elbows in, down to chaturanga, and to upward dog. So with upward dog, we can have, our toes are curled under. We can either have our thighs on the ground, or we can engage them and have our thighs off the ground. Curl your toes under, back to downward dog. And we'll do this one more time. So forward to plank, chaturanga down, and up to the upward dog. Okay, curl your toes under, and back to downward dog. And what we're going to do here is we're going to lift our right leg up into the air, and we're going to swing it through, so it's between our hands. Now we're going to bring our hands up off the ground, just so our fingers graze, and this is called runner's pose. Your heel is up, and your fingers are just off the ground. And everything we do on our right side, we're also going to do on our left. So palms back on the ground, back to downward dog. We'll swing our left leg up in the air, and bring it through. So it's between our hands. Our right heel's off the ground. Our fingers are just grazing the ground. Okay, palms on the ground, and we'll go back to downward dog, and we'll do a vinyasa. So forward to plank, down chaturanga, and upward dog. And now we'll turn our toes under, and we'll go back to our upward dog, and we're going to take our right leg up in the air, swing it through to our runner's pose. But now what we're going to try to do is we're going to put both hands on the inside of our right leg. If you can, you're going to bring your elbows to the ground. I'm not quite there, so I'm just going to put both my palms on the ground. Try to get down as low as I can. And now bring your right hand outside your right leg. Back to downward dog. Left leg up in the air. And swing it through to runner's pose. Now bring your left hand on the inside of your left leg and try to go down on your elbows if you can. And like I said, I'm not quite that flexible. Bring your left hand outside your left leg and push back to downward dog. Next we're going to do Crescent Pose. So we're going to swing our right leg up and bring it through. So we're in our runner's pose. And now we're going to bring our hands up by our ears. And this is called Crescent Pose. So we're pushing into our front leg. Our back heel is still off the ground. And back to runner's pose. Palms on the ground, and back to downward dog. And same thing on our left side, so swing your left leg up, and bring it through to runner's pose. Now bring your upper body up. Oops. And hands by your ears, but try to keep your shoulders down. And now back down to runner's pose. Palms on the ground. Back to downward dog. And we'll do another vinyasa here. So forward to plank. Chaturanga to upward dog. Next we're going to do warrior one. So curl your toes under. Downward dog. Float your right leg up in the air. And bring it through. Now we're going to turn our back heel so that our back heel is perpendicular to our front. And we're going to come up into what's called warrior one. So it's very similar to crescent pose, except our foot is down and our heel is down. Now to finish warrior one, we're going to straighten our arms. We're going to look forward. Sorry, this is warrior one. From here we'll go to warrior two, which is with our arms out, and we're looking forward over our front hand. Okay, back to warrior one. Back to runner's pose. And to downward dog. And we'll do the same thing on our opposite leg. So float your left leg up and bring it through. So you're in runner's pose, crescent pose. Now we're going to turn our right foot out. So heel down. Try to keep our hips and shoulders square. And we're leaning into that front leg. Shoulders away from your ears. And now we open up our body to warrior two. We're still looking forward. We're leaning into our front leg. Your arms are parallel to the ground. And swing forward back to warrior one, to runner's pose, and back to downward dog. Okay, we'll do vinyasa, so forward to plank, down to chaturanga, and upward dog. And back to downward dog. Now we're going to do our reverse warrior. So, right leg up, swing it through to runner's pose, crescent pose, warrior one, so our heel is down, hips are still square. From here we go to warrior two, but now we're going to lean to our back leg. So we're putting our left hand on our left leg, while our right leg is still leaning forward into that lunge. This is called reverse warrior. Now we'll come back to warrior two. What we're going to do now is triangle pose, so we'll straighten our front leg. Now we're going to bring our right arm inside our right leg. So we're making more or less a triangle. We're going to keep our arm up. Try to put your palm on the ground if you can. And now back up to warrior two, to warrior one, runner's pose, and back to downward dog. Now we'll do the same thing with our left leg. So we're doing about like 2 poses at a time in our sequence. We're adding on. So our left leg up into the air, and swing through to runner's pose. So as you can see, we're kind of adding as we go. Crescent pose, warrior one. Open up your hips to warrior two. So now reverse warrior. So your front left leg stays bent. You're going to bring your right arm to your right leg. Lean back while trying to push forward in that your forward leg. And look up at your left hand. Now straighten your front leg. And we're going to lean our left arm forward and our right arm back up in the sky for our triangle pose. And we'll come up into warrior two, swing forward to warrior one, runner's pose, palms on the ground, and downward dog. We'll come forward, do vinyasa, plank, down to chaturanga, and up into upward dog. Curl your toes to downward dog. And now we're going to keep extending your downward dog. We're going to do our prayer twist. So we're going to float our right leg up and then bring it through. So we're here in runner's pose. We're going to put our heel down. And what we're going to do is we're going to take our left elbow and we're going to try to twist to put your left elbow outside of your right. So hands are in namaste, or our prayer position, and we're going to twist our left elbow onto your right. And we'll go back to our plank and our downward dog, and we'll do the same thing on the opposite side. So left foot in the air, and then swing it through. And we will take our right elbow and try to twist it to our left leg. And back to a plank. From here, we're just going to bring our right leg forward. We will go back to our prayer twist. So left elbow outside of your right. And now what we're going to do is we're going to take our left palm, put it beside our right foot on the inside, and twist our arm up to the ceiling. And back to prayer twist.
You are currently the only person in this conference.
Both palms on the ground. Back to plank. We're going to take our left leg forward. Put our hands in our prayer position. Oops. Twist to the outside. Then we'll put our right palm down, left hand up. Back to your twist. Both hands on the ground. And back to downward dog. We will come forward into plank. Do chaturanga to go down. And to upward dog. Now we're going to try warrior three. So we will curl our toes under to downward dog. Right leg up. And swing it through. And we'll come up to warrior one. Bend your hips for warrior two. Then we'll go back to warrior one. Now what we're going to do is we're going to square our hips. We're going to push off our back foot, standing. And we're going to try to lean forward on our right foot. And this is warrior three. This may be a little harder. Try to balance.
Stop moving.
And then we'll fall gently back on our left leg to warrior one. Fingertips down on the ground for runner's pose. Palms down to downward dog. Now we'll do the same thing on our left leg. So left leg is up, and then swing it through to runner's pose. Come to warrior one. Open up to warrior two. And we'll go back to warrior one. And this is when we're gently going to lift our right foot off the ground and hinge forward at our hips into warrior three.
Look how much legs Reagan has.
Gently come back down to warrior one.
Why are people
Back to runner's pose.
Palms right?
Palms on the ground.
How mean. You should always
Up.
switch.
And do one more vinyasa here. We'll come forward. In our plank, and we'll hold our plank for a little bit. We'll do a chaturanga down to upward dog. And we'll hold it here for a second. And now we're going to come back into what's called Child's Pose. So our knees are slightly apart, a little bit about as wide as our hips. And our arms are active and engaged. And we're trying to keep our shoulders away from our ears. And we'll take our hands and we'll walk them to the right side.
It's literally probably
Your
summer
left hand
time.
over your right.
Doesn't look that cold, and then all Mexican food that is showing their skin. You live in America.
And then now we'll walk our hands to the left side. So our right hand is over our left hand.
Where else did you think they lived? Canada.
And we'll come back to the center for our child's pose. And then we'll gently roll onto our back. And we'll end with our Quartz Pose. So we're just going to focus on our breathing for about a minute. So palms up. Let your legs relax and your toes fall to the outside. Keep your eyes closed and just focus on your breathing. We'll do 10 nice breaths in and out.
Yeah. Skinny. She's flexible.
Focus on your breathing and relaxing every part of your
The
body.
legs are better because they're matching in that. And Sophie's going.
Two more breaths.
Steve.
And one more in. Breathe in for
I'm
5.
sure.
Hold for 5.
Did what? I
And
don't know that. Put her back.